want to show you. You can see it over here. See it?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see that.
You know what? He can get up and do his gas speaker. But it doesn't matter. So if he has to go, he can just get up and go gas speaker.
I know. Once I got up, I was
No, it's not about you.
I know.
He just told me, he's like, oh, to the other side. I'm like,
So now I want to get. I was just doing that as a personal. Did your mother?
She responded, said okay.
Well, sometimes they might come out to gym doors and get the legions before they go through the school hall.
No. I was calling you by mistake, sorry.
No, there.
I remember laying on railroad. But that was the Trolley Museum and all that. And I was like, oh, that was the one.
That's my boy Frankie David.
Thank you.
do right now.
Right? No, it's ice right now. It's gonna be water in like 2 seconds. He is. She sent me this picture. When did he graduate? No, yeah, he's gonna be 27. No, he's gonna be 28. Oh, okay. Yeah. That was it. We're talking about.
I heard my name.
We were talking about when we went to the Girl Scout Christmas lights. Yeah, I know. The one out east.
A second. I think the same. Well, I gave James through.
Yeah, you know what? The weather was perfect for the prom. in between them. So that was me to my car. So wait, look, you can tell. People in between. So I'm sweating. Oh, we should have brought the cushion. Sometimes I feel like the kids walking up the stairs and I'm thinking it's like the band. And the drums are like So I'd be questioning why you have a scissor and not a hair tie. Thank you so much. Please don't Oh my god, it's 100% better. Now I can see.
They're going to be coming out from that way. Walk through that way then and go sit down.
I'm gonna get them.
I can't make it bigger. Alright, so, I mean, that's the stage. You see a stage? That's for a little bit of Alright, I'll call you back. Yeah, right. Alright?
Wait.
Hold on.
Okay, I was gonna send you this picture.
He loved it. Good. Look. Did you look at Chrissy's posts? She posted all about the pictures. Oh, look, it's on the teacher. Actually, hang on. Maybe you'll see him over there. Do you see them? It's like right in the corner over there.
You don't see it yet.
Not yet. There's still walking this way. It's all the like the teachers, the principals, they're all walking. That's watching too?
Here they come out now.
Alright, they're coming out now. He's like number 7. Yeah, that's not a workout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a white collar. Is the white collar ready? No, he's standing up. He's facing this way now. Mom, I can't hear you.
Excuse me.
Oh, this is Wi-Fi? Oh, thank you.
It's streaming.
Oh, this is streaming online?
Yeah, right now.
Wow. Sorry, see this? Copy that. That's the stream for this. Hurry up.
Dawn, did you find him? Look at this. You see the kid with his hands on his hat like this? That's Jordan.
Got it? Guys, I'm gonna hang up now so my battery doesn't die. And then just let me know if you're streaming it. Alright? Alright, I'll call you later though. Alright, you hear me?
Yes, give them another hand again, please. West Tyson High School class of 2022. Good evening, everyone. As always, it is my pleasure to welcome you to West Tyson High School's 65th commencement exercise ceremony. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of our national anthem. I would love to introduce Katrina Taronski and Christina Vega, co-presidents of the Student Senate, who will lead us in our flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Grace Minio, our National School Choral Award winner, will now sing our national anthem.
Yeah, Grace!
Oh, say can you see
Please join me in welcoming our Board of Education President, Mr. Anthony Thursey, Mr. Richard Antonello, Vice President, Trustees, Mrs. Debbie Brown, Mr. Tom Compatello, and Mr. Peter McCann. To our district administration, Mrs. Bernadette Burns, our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Elisa Pilati, Assistant Superintendent for Business, Mrs. Dawn Morrison, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, and Mr. Brian Taylor, Executive Director of Human Resources. Welcome to our elementary and middle school principals, our assistant principals, our directors, lead teachers, and other administrative staff. To our members of our faculty and staff, again, we want to thank you for all the work you have done for the class of 2022. Farewell to our retirees. Yes, give them a hand, please. We've had a few retirees at the high school. Mrs. Karen Apollo couldn't join us today. Mrs. Tamara Burns, Mr. Jim Dooley, Ms. Linda Contreras, and Mrs. Annette Musteri. Please give them a hand all for retirees. I want to say a special thank you to our West High School PTSA. This year they have really supported our students, and last Tuesday they really came out in great numbers and fed our students for their senior breakfast. So thank you again, our PTSA. Welcome our honored guests, students, and of course, the proud families. We thank you for everything that you have done for the class of 2022. Before I begin my welcoming and introductory graduation speech, I would like to thank the elementary principals and the staff for helping the class of 2022 to start a tradition here at West Islip High School. On Monday, June 13th, I saw the smiles and tears of our students as they walked back into their elementary schools. I also saw the tears of the former teachers. The pride, the joy, the exuberance were all there to be captured. I heard words and phrases like, "I can't believe this. This is so good. Wow. They have grown so big. Oh my God. I remember this one." In the words of Mrs. Stack, a teacher at Bayview, and I've asked her if I can capture her words today, she said, "For 21 years, as a 4th grade and 5th grade teacher, I sent my kids off to the middle school and done my best to keep tabs on them and follow their successes. I write each class a graduation letter and mail it to them in June of their graduation year. Occasionally, I will run into a few of the kids around town and get to quickly catch up. But today, I got to see high five, hug, and love them all. It was wonderful. They came down to visit my room and I was in tears. They told me about the plans and reminisced about a time that seems forever ago, but a short 5 minutes to me. They even discussed a book we read together that I had just finished with this year's class, Where the Red Fern Grows. The 4th graders and graduates completed each other's sentences about the emotional story. When the graduates left, my 4th graders thought it was so cool that they had remembered the book and loved it just as much as they did this year. Encore. Thank you. We have started a great tradition here at West Islip High School and will continue a great community event. Class of 2022, give yourself a hand again. I've asked the class, some of them in the class, what should I talk about? And overwhelmingly, I was told to talk about overcoming challenges, and I added, and building advocacy. So spare me a couple of minutes as I talk about overcoming challenges. The word challenge can be subjective. Its meaning can vary depending upon who you ask. It can mean anything from dealing with personal loss to the struggle of waking up to come to school each day. Regardless of the definition of the word, there is one trait that challenges have in common. It is crucial and necessary for character building. This might sound strange to you because you might be thinking, who needs or wants challenges in their life? Allow me to explain. The reason that challenges are crucial is because they can be a teaching tool that takes you out of your comfort zone. Challenges allow you to grow. You can always learn through a challenge. I'm sure that during your years at West Hudson High School, you were faced with many challenges, both academic and personal, from navigating exams and due dates to deciding your post-secondary plans. Even with your frequent visits to the bathroom, especially our young men. I've seen you there often and you've said to me, Dr. Bay, we need a little time, a place to talk. We need a little time to be my friends. But I'm sure there were times when this day, your graduation day felt too far away. Most notable of your challenges is the fact that you spent 2.5 years of your high school career in a global pandemic with remote learning, mask mandates, social distancing, feelings of uncertainty, and so much more. This challenge was a huge disruption to you and to all of us. What you may not have noticed is that this challenge has taught you resilience, creativity, and flexibility. And guess what? These traits are necessary for any journey that you embark as you begin the next chapter of your life. Resilience will help you to remain strong during tough times. Creativity will help you propose different solutions to complex problems. And flexibility will allow you to adapt and adjust when your solutions do not work. Your challenges have built these traits within you and give you strength and motivation you need to succeed in the future. So as you leave our gates and walk into the world, I want you to remember to embrace challenges. Remember that whatever challenge you may face can teach you the skills to prepare you for the next one. They can make you stronger, smarter, and fearless. With this right mindset, challenge can remind us that learning is a lifelong process. This phrase is learning is a lifelong process comes from our mission statement as a district. We believe that each and every one of you should be lifelong learners. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to adopt the perception that challenges are necessary for building character, which can ultimately determine our lifespan. One such path is birthed by adopting a learner mindset from challenges is the notion of advocacy. Maya Angelou said, and I quote, "I learned a long time ago, the wisest thing I can do is be my own side, be an advocate for myself and others like me." So what is the relationship between overcoming challenges and self-advocacy? It is through that process of overcoming challenges that you truly come to self-realization. This knowledge of yourself, is incredibly powerful. It enables you to understand your full potential, be open-minded, and have confidence in who you are. I encourage you today to use the lessons you acquire when overcoming challenges to become advocate for yourself and your community. My advice to you as a young adults today is whether you may be in a college classroom or in a boardroom, never hesitate to speak up for your peers and for yourself. It is my hope that you can apply the skills you have learned from here at West Islip to be eloquently and confidently future citizens of the global world and really in terms of educators. Furthermore, I'm proud to say that the class of 2022 has demonstrated that you're able to use tumbling blocks as stepping stones. Congratulations, class of 2022. As your principal, I am proud to say that you have truly overcome many challenges and blossomed into resilient young people who will persevere through obstacles and will become advocates for yourself and community. Remember the words of Robert Schuller: tough times never last, but tough people do. West Islip graduates will be tough people that will last. We will truly miss you. You will forever be a West Islip lion. Go out there and make us proud. Congratulations to the class of 2020. gentlemen, I would like to present our two top academic leaders. First, John Bonnebarger. John has excelled in IB, AP, and drill enrollment courses among the most challenging curriculum here at our high school. He thrives under pressure, and he enjoys the personal challenge of conquering a highly demanding course load. He has a strong intellectual curiosity that sets him apart from other high-achieving students. As a sophomore, John elected to enroll in pre-calculus course through Suffolk County Community College in order to further accelerate his math curriculum and enable him to enroll in AP Calculus AP in his junior year. His current plan is to enter the medical field after studying biology in college, and he's especially interested in how health and the environment intersect. John will be attending the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, majoring in biology. Ladies and gentlemen, John Bonnebarger.
Wow, there's a lot of people here. Good evening, class of 2022. It's not only my honor to be able to speak on behalf of our class, but I'm also so proud to be a part of this graduating class as we have overcome so much adversity and yet still achieved so much during our time here at West Islip High School. So once again, please give it up for the West Islip class of 2022. When I first found out that I was selected to be an academic leader and give a speech at graduation, I was so excited and confident that I would be able to quickly come up with something strong and meaningful that represented our class and high school experience, as writing has always been a strong suit of mine. However, contrary to my preliminary hopes, when I first sat down to write this speech, I couldn't think of a way to sum up our last 4 years of high school, as the various highs, lows, and everything in between made it such a diverse and thrilling journey. With that in mind, I think an appropriate way to describe our collective high school experience begins with a quote from Charles Dickens that goes, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times." I chose this quote because even though today is a celebratory high of our successes and accomplishments as imminent high school graduates, I think it's also important that we learn to acknowledge and celebrate the lower moments of failure that we have all experienced and will continue to experience in the future. Over the past 4 years, we've taken countless tests with aspirations for a perfect score in each, played sports with the hope of winning the big championship, and applied for multiple jobs, scholarships, and colleges with the goal of being accepted. However, the reality of life and the learning curve that progressed concurrently with our time in high school is that while it's great to dream big and possible to achieve these goals, you also need to learn how to fail in order to experience success. Throughout these past 4 years, with every success that we attained, and accompanying countless doors of potential opportunity have been shut in our faces. And while these rejections and failures seemed fatal at the time, they only pointed us in a better direction and taught us to learn from our mistakes. The failed tests made us study more, lost games forced us to train harder, and college rejections motivated us to improve our grades and resumes. As you can see by these examples, even though these shut doors of adversity seem to be dead ends and stalemates between our current lives and where we thought we should be instead, the overcoming and bettering of ourselves despite these challenges molded us into the people we are today. This lack of fear in the face of adversity and failure brings me to my next quote from Deshaun Barber, which states, "Do not fear failure, but please be terrified by regret, because giving up is the birthplace of regret." When people hear that I'm UNC bound and the academic leader of my graduating class, they think I have everything figured out, but this could not be farther from the truth. People only want to see the shiny accolades and accomplishments that surround what it takes to be qualified to stand up here and give a speech on the stage today. And even though I'm proud to be the all-county athlete, the president of 6 clubs and honor societies, the student with a near-perfect GPA, and the role model that every parent and teacher tells me I am to my peers and their kids, this is only what people see on the outside. This is only half of my story. They don't get to see the sleepless nights during which I stayed up to make sure all my work was complete for the next school day. They don't get to see the early winter mornings when I would wake up at 4:30 and run for an hour to make sure I was fit enough as a 6-time captain of my track team to have a shot at making states. And most of all, they don't get to see the kid who almost didn't get to finish his 4 years here at West Islip, and whose mom had to rely on the school for food because she could barely afford to live here anymore. The kid who begged his mom to find a way to stick it out for one more year, promising her that he would make it worth it and that he would make her proud if she could do that for him. Even though it would have been really easy for me to give up on my high school education and myself due to all the personal turmoil that I had going on in my life over the past 4 years, that I would never have reached my full potential or been able to have any of the boundless opportunities that are available to me today. The duality which makes up both sides of our identities is what makes us human, and instead of suppressing the negatives, we should be able to come to terms with it and strive to want better for ourselves. With that, we cannot be defined by the cards that life deals us, but instead we must be brave enough to work hard and have hope that life is what we make of it and not what we are born into. And rather than conforming to the uncomfortable box that will attemptably be justified as your normal, don't be afraid to push its boundaries and reach for your dreams, because one day you'll wake up and they will come true. I'm living proof that no matter how many times life knocks you down, it's possible to use your pain and struggles to get yourself back up, push harder, and persevere to reach your fullest potential. So if there's anything you take away from this speech today, I urge you all to continue to live like a Westside Lion. Be brave, be humble, chase your dreams, don't be afraid to make mistakes, and never give up on yourselves. Make it your business to steer your life in the direction you want it to go and fill it with people that make it worth living, because life is too short to take anything less than what you want it to be. As I begin to conclude this speech, I again want to emphasize how proud I am of all of you for everything we've accomplished up to this point, and everything we will continue to accomplish in the future. Each and every one of you has impacted my life and taught me different things over the past 4 years, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to graduate with such an amazing group of people. I have no doubt that you will have bright futures ahead, and I can't wait to see what you guys are able to do in the upcoming years. Before I go, I would like to thank every coach, teacher, and staff member who has helped me get to where I am today. I'd also like to shout out Tom Lee's Big Chiefin, and Venus, which includes my best friends who are like brothers to me. Not only have you guys inspired me to work hard and be my best, but you've also added so much happiness and value to my life. And finally, I would like to thank my mom and sister for supporting me up to this point, giving me hope and motivation that it's possible to beat the system and outperform the unfavorable odds that life deals you. I love you so much, Mom. Although it saddens me to be leaving this high school, moving on with the rest of our lives, like William Hill once said, if something makes you sad when it ends, it must have been pretty wonderful while it was happening. Congratulations, Westside Class of 2022. We did it.
Thank you, John. I'd like to present to you Kristen Neeson. She's been described as a student, very humble, modest, intelligent one. She has taken a rigorous program here at our high school, but she's always willing to go the extra mile to achieve academic superiority. She works diligently after school, tutoring kids on the weekend. The council said during the past 4 years, whenever a council mentioned that a tutor was needed for students, she was always ready to volunteer her time. She'll be attending the University of Georgia again, majoring in biology. Kristen Neeson.
Hello, everyone. I'm sure we're all very excited to be here today. Congratulations once again. It is my honor and my pleasure to speak on behalf of the class of 22 as we finally close this chapter of our lives. First and foremost, I would like to thank my family, my teachers, the administrators, the guidance department, and my coaches for pushing me to strive to become the best version of myself and never putting a limit on my potential. Without all of your support, our class would not be the people we are today. While our time here at West Islip, from the first moments under the care of our kindergarten teachers until now, as we sit in caps and gowns, has been a roller coaster ride of challenges and victories. It is time to turn the page to achieve greater things. I feel that we can agree that this moment snuck up on all of us. One moment I was a sophomore cheering for an extra long spring break until a pandemic unfolded before my eyes. And now I'm leaving behind this small town full of all of my amazing friends and supporters for an unknown college experience 1,000 miles away. As all of our horizons expand, many of the faces we pass in the halls will just become vague memories. Maybe until our high school reunion, when half of us are bald, the other half married, and hopefully a few filthy rich. My papa once told me that time flies by and there's absolutely no way of slowing it down. While I could listen to him, appreciate his wisdom, and sit in every room trying to soak in every moment like a sponge, nothing would stop the clock ticking. It's undeniable that when we were struck by COVID, time seemed to stop entirely. Life simply was not the same. Emotions were high: loneliness, devastation, anger, grief. But at the same time, it was a time of stillness. Some might say peace. While the world outside my home seemed to be a biological war zone, inside our walls was a time of self-reflection and independence. It's difficult for us as young, still growing adolescents to release the feeling that something was taken away from us. The what if this never happened? What would high school really be like? But it's unfair to ignore all that we have gained as individuals from those trying times. For one, the ability to roll out of bed and solve a multi-problem calculus problem 10 minutes later with ease, or to master the dress from the waist up and pajamas from the waist down look. But more importantly, we were forced to adapt under the most unideal conditions. We were forced navigating confusion and chaos with grace and making creative solutions for both academic and extracurricular challenges. Therefore, there was no time lost, only lessons gained. Although they may gone unnoticed in the tangle of hysteria, we cannot ignore the leaps and bounds of personal growth, self-reliance, and perseverance we achieved through our computer screens as we were challenged to learn in a school environment like never before. Now, each of us carries attributes that help us overcome adversity into our futures, ready to become any challenge that's thrown our way. Something I've always noticed about this class is the sense of unity and support that we give each other. Although we all have a unique niche, a helping hand or a smiling hello is never far away. Even former enemies uplift one another. At least this is true for John and I. Throughout middle and high school, it was a foot race for the two of us who would come out on top. John told me once, if you got valedictorian and I didn't, I'd be happy for you. And without hesitation, I laughed in his face and said, no, you wouldn't. However, we've turned over a new leaf entirely, and I would not be standing on this stage or on this field with anybody else. I couldn't be more proud of what he's accomplished under the conditions that he's accomplished them in, and what incredible things he will achieve in the future. And looking out at all of you, I can confidently say the same about each and every single one of us. My parents have always been my motivators, never forcing me to do anything, but never letting my potential go to waste. I cannot thank them enough for the countless ways they've supported me every single day for the past 18 years. To my dad, who's always been my words of wisdom, and to my mom, who has been what I call my mommy manager, always keeping me on track. I hope to make you proud in the future for all that you have taught me. And I can't forget about my sister, who always makes me laugh even in my most stressed moments and begs me to get ice cream to go, because ice cream fixes everything. I'm sure when my parents played me, You Can't Always Get What You Want by the Rolling Stones, their intention was not to create a witty, defiant, and at times stubborn little girl. But that's what they got. I now understand that my parents preached the song as a cautionary tale to protect me from reality's limits. However, this warning doesn't urge me to defer my dreams. It does the exact opposite. It has directly challenged me to retaliate and prove the song wrong. But more importantly, to prove to myself that I'm capable of achieving whatever I put my mind to. This song has fostered my mindset that although achieving everything I want may not be possible, I craft my own reality and therefore my own destiny. In my rulebook, every battle is worth fighting. It is this strong-willed, sometimes stubborn attitude that has fortified my work ethic and fueled the fire within me to be self-motivated. No goal worth fighting for will come easy. I speak with the entire graduating class because I know we have all had sleepless nights cramming to get in that nagging assignment by 11:59, or coming back from an away game exhausted only to find hours of homework ahead. We all wanted to be sitting on this field today, crossing the finish line of this journey we've embarked on for the past 13 years, even though at times the deck was stacked against us. But because we put in the hard work and never gave in, we achieved that victory, now accomplished young adults ready to strive for new goals. Today, 330 unique paths, each with their own twists and turns, are intersecting as we celebrate here in West Iceland. But this is only the first stop on the long road ahead of us. After today, our paths will once again part as we begin our lives as independent adults. There will be roadblocks. At times, we will trip and fall, and there may be no rest stop in sight when we're exhausted and defeated. Decisions we make from here on out will only become harder. But, using all the lessons we've learned here from one another, we will make it through both the thunderstorms and sunny days ahead. Remember, when faced with adversity, there's a choice to be made whether to turn around defeated or accept the challenge as an obstacle to be overcome on the way to achieving greatness. As John F. Kennedy once said, we choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. Thank you. And congrats, we did it!
Thank you, Kirsten. Ladies and gentlemen, if you take a look in your program, you will see a listing of those students who have achieved excellence in various subjects, as well as those who won scholarships and awards at our June 7 Scholarship and Academic Awards ceremony. Also noted are those seniors who have earned a 4-year average of 90 or above. And this is a very special achievement. Each of the students is wearing a medallion signifying their academic success. Also, special mention must be given to those who have completed over numerous hours of community service, Girl Scout Gold Awards recipients, and our Eagle Scout recipients, our Seal of Biliteracy recipients, and our IB Diploma graduates. Will our IB graduates please stand and take a bow, please? Congratulations to you. Thank you. Also, the following students, please stand. Our top 10 academic leader. You have met John Donneberger, Lily Colonna, Max Exposito, Olivia Marker, Emma Muzio, Kirsten Nissen, Mark Perigine, Olivia Ramke, Makina Smith, and Erin Taxter. Give them a hand, please. Thank you. Also, please join me in recognizing the latest inductees into the Academic Excellence Club, formerly known as the 1300, 1900 plus Essity Wall in our auditorium lobby. Will the following students stand as I call their names? John Bronibuck, Haley Captor, Lily Colonna, Caitlin Dean, Michael DiBernardo, Max Exposito, Emma Higgins, Corinne Johnson, Kitten Kuro, Jagger Langone, Olivia Marker, Alec Miller, Gabriel Millett, Robert Murray, Emma Muzio, Kirsten Nissen, Paul Pilitari, Michael Raven, Darian Rivera, Megan Spence, and Emma Zarkowski. Give them a big hand, please. I'd like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Bernadette Burns. Mrs. Burns has been a tremendous supporter of our students here at West Islip High School. Her last time addressing our graduating class, and I've asked the president of the class of 2022 to make a presentation to Ms. Burns.
Thank you. Oh my. Good evening. Every year I tell Dr. Bridgman that I don't like to follow our academic leaders when they have such words of wisdom at such a young age. You guys did a great job. It is my distinct honor to be here tonight participating in this culminating event of your high school career. Before I begin my remarks to the remarkable class of 2022, I hope you will indulge me as I continue a tradition and take the opportunity to recognize our district retirees over the past year who will be moving on from West Islip, some of whom you've heard earlier from Dr. Bridgman. Administrator Karen Apollo, teachers and teaching assistants Tamara Burns, Michelle Bugliari, Linda Cassiola, Linda Contreras, Jim Dooley, Kristen Grassi, Claudia Cabot, Mary Kinsley, Sue Coos, Carla Lombard, Tom Larson, Sal Losato, Jody Marinello, Christine McCann, Annette Misterek, Linda Schmid, Karen Sessa-Jurosic, Joanne Sheridan, Fran Simone, and Donna Velez, as well as support staff members Barbara Accomando, Vivian Becker, Joe Guarino, Randy Coker, Dottie Kizakowski, Paula Merendino, and Sue Macucci. Together, these 28 staff members have an astounding 682 years of service to the West Islip School District and its children, and their professionalism, expertise, and friendship will be missed. I know you join me as we wish them the very best that life has to offer, and may they always remember the many lives they touched along the way. This has been a particularly difficult speech to compose. This is my last opportunity to impart as your superintendent what I hope will be somewhat memorable and meaningful words to our graduates. I know my writing difficulties pale in comparison to that which some of you have experienced in the last few years. Influences such as the pandemic, school violence, poverty, social media use, and difficult family dynamics have tainted what should be an exhilarating time in your young lives. But know this, despite the challenges and hardships, these are exciting times to be heading off to college or a career or both. Today we meet on this field to say goodbye to West Islip High School, not West Islip, West Islip High School, to begin a new and very personal journey, a search for who you really are. You've had a top-notch education from a terrific school district with the encouragement of a wonderful community. Carry all of that learning and support with you, and remember that decisions, including the poor ones, are not irrevocable. In 1910, then former President Teddy Roosevelt gave what would become one of the most widely quoted speeches of his career. He had spent a year hunting and touring Africa and Europe, and had stopped in Paris, where he delivered a speech that would become to be known as the man in the arena. His words drew huge applause. He said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." You leave West Islip with the knowledge and skills needed to take on your next challenge. And although knowledge is a great thing, goodness is greater still. So be true, just, brave, kind, gentle, and courageous. These virtues were never more in demand than they are today. Each one of you as an individual will be tested by what you are and do, and not by what you say, profess, or pay for. You have made it through high school not only because of your skills and drive, but because of the connections to those who care about you. As you go forward, keep those connections strong. A satisfying life is grounded not just in individual achievement, but in the strength of the connections we forge with others. It's a tough world out there, and Robert Fulton was right when he wrote that all you really need to know you learned in kindergarten. When you go out in the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. I hope that this is the last time in your lives that your world will be turned upside down by a pandemic. But I can pretty much guarantee that it will be turned upside down by other things. You will get a phone call, or a text, or an email, or watch a news report that could change your future. Or you will be faced with a decision that will change everything for you, or for the people closest to you, or someone you love. And at that moment, remember something. You have been there before, and you got through it. Author Jose Harris would tell you, on those occasions Walk away from all the drama and people who create it. Surround yourself with people who make you laugh. Forget the bad and focus on the good. Love the people who treat you right. Pray for the ones who do not. Falling down is a part of life. Getting back up is living. In effect, and I know you've heard this before, the choices you make will determine the life you lead. Class of 2022, you have proven time and time again that you have the insight and wisdom to recognize that this world needs people who will take time to listen and understand, to be the voice of balance and reason, to be the man in the arena. You have the skills to do just that, to do good, think big, and give the world the best you've got. And so, as I do each year, and for a final time, I will end by sharing how very privileged I have been to return and work in the community in which I was raised. I hope you experience the joy and satisfaction that I have in these 13 years of knowing you. Best of luck in all you do. I know you will make us proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Barnes, and once again, thank you for your leadership throughout the district for all the years here. I'd like to introduce our board president, Mr. Anthony Tusky.
Good evening, class of 2022. It's an honor to be here with you today to bring greetings and congratulations on behalf of the Board of Education. I'd like to take this opportunity to offer some words of encouragement as you prepare to turn the page and begin a new chapter in your lives. I'm sure for many of you, this has been a long and challenging journey. However, as you sit here in your caps and gowns, we can take a moment to reflect on so many of your accomplishments. We've witnessed the first time Long Island and New York State Championship for our boys soccer team. West Isaac has had multiple league championships and county finalists. 26 of our sport teams were recognized as scholar athlete teams. West Isaac was also a 2021-2022 NISBA School of Excellence. We've had numerous introductions into many different honor societies, a lot of regional competition participation, Long Island Science and Engineering fairs. We've also seen amazing on-stage performances, including vocal motion, drama, band, chorus, chorale, advanced treble choir, as well as outstanding achievements by our Science Olympiad team. I could stand here all day and highlight every event, but we'd be here for hours, and I know we don't want that right now. By being here today, you've all experienced success. But how does one measure success? Is it through financial means? How big your house is? Having fancy cars or boats? Maybe it's being in love in life? Or being able to love? Is it about making a difference in the world, believing in yourself? I don't have the answer for you. It's something that could take a lifetime to discover. But let's focus on the lifetime. A little under 9 months ago, I lost my father. He was the greatest man I've ever known. A man whose opinion I held and still do hold in the highest regard. Through his life and death, I've had a lot of time to reflect on the lessons that not only he taught me, but those he shared with me. One of those lessons was to understand the importance of the 4 Ps. The first P is about purpose. It's my belief that this is not only the most important lesson, but the most difficult one. What is our purpose in life? You will discover this as you live life. You will use the lessons taught to you by your parents, friends, teachers, coaches, and all the people with who have played a role in shaping who you are. But as you journey, be sure to enjoy the ride. Life is full of ups and downs, and remember that without the downs, the ups would mean nothing. The only way to make the journey worthwhile is to enjoy the ups and to learn from the downs. The second P is passion. I encourage you to take positive risks in your life and discover your passions. Be sure to make time in your life for the things that inspire you, that motivate you, and drive you, such as your family, your friends, your health, and of course those passions. Don't worry about the small stuff, because that's what it usually is. If you spend all your energy and time on the small stuff, you will have time for all the things that are really important to you. Pay attention to the things that are critical to your happiness, because all the other things are truly insignificant. The third P is perseverance. As you know, life is difficult. We're constantly facing roadblocks which challenge us in ways that cause panic, stress, and anxiety. I always said the easiest thing to do is quit and give up. Sometimes we want to, but it's easy because it doesn't take any effort to do that. But that's the opposite of perseverance. The word perseverance is defined as persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Dr. Rick Risby is quoted as saying, "When you hit rock bottom, remember this. Rock bottom can also be a great foundation on which to build and grow." The final P stands for positivity. Positivity feels good. Positivity changes how your mind thinks. It transforms your future. It slows down the negativity. Positivity promotes relationships. So remember to stay positive, even if it seems you cannot. I'd like to share one last story which I feel puts us all together. A group of alumni, highly established in their careers, got together to visit an old university professor. Conversations soon turned into complaints about stress in life and work. Offering his guests coffee, the professor went into the kitchen and returned with a large pot of coffee and an assortment of cups. Porcelain, plastic, glass, and crystal. Some were plain looking, some were expensive, and some were quite exquisite. He told his guests to help themselves to the coffee. After everyone had a cup of coffee in hand, the professor said, "If you noticed, all the nice-looking, expensive cups have been taken out, leaving behind the plain and cheap ones. And while it's normal for you to want only the best for yourselves, that is the source of your problems and stress. Be assured that the cup adds no quality to the coffee. In most cases, it just makes it more expensive, and in some cases, even hides what we think. What all of you really wanted was coffee, not the cup. But you consciously went for the best cups, and then you began eyeing each other's cups to see who had the best one. Now consider this. Life is the coffee. The jobs, the money, and position in society are just the cups. They're just tools to hold and contain life. The type of cup we have does not define nor change the quality of life we live. And sometimes by concentrating only on the cup, we fail to enjoy the coffee. My advice would be to savor the coffee, not the cups. The happiest people don't have the best of everything, they just make the best of everything. So remember to always speak kindly, care deeply, and love generously. Thank you, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Tussey. And now, the time for which you have all been waiting.
The last time I can embarrass myself.
Members of the Board of Education, these students seated before you have fulfilled all of the graduation requirements as set forth by the West Ashland Union Free School District. I present to you for diplomas the West Ashland High School class of 2022. We'll begin to read up the names by Ms. Carla Riley, class of 5.
Caden Sean Kruer. Christina Vega. Caitlin Amber Herzig. Max Dylan Esposito.
Jeremiah Bar Acosta. Lindsay Paige Albanese. Avery Madison Leslie. Nicholas Michael Aliano. Thomas Joseph Alini. Joseph Altieri. Reese Antonio Alvarez. Haley Olivia Amadeo. Jonathan Sebastian Aponte. Arturo Armando Arcilla. Kristen Nicole Arena. Mary Angela Atala. Amanda Paige Baltimore. Jason Joseph Ferrani. Austin James Barone. John Salvatore Priscilla. Nicolette Cecilia Priscilla. William Christopher Brown. Brett Stephen Navarro. Julia Rose Bearden. Tyler Jordan Bedell. Joseph William Ballou. Ashley Nicole Bernstein. Robert John Bernstein.
You guys want to borrow my towel?
Jordan Lynn Bilella. Andrew Nicholas Bishop. Joseph Anthony Black. Olivia Brzezinski.
Yeah, Olivia!
Harrison Lee Moore.
What? What'd you say?
John Michael Bonnevere.
Yeah.
Cody Pedro Bonoma.
Good.
Jared Sigling Bosch. Michael Jason Boyle. Jack Thomas Brady.
Love you, Jack!
Mia Nancy Bradenstein. Yara Rose Brown. Marissa May Russell. David Parker Brown. Emma Elizabeth Brown. Skylar Paige Brown. Madeline Rose Brown. Lexianne Buccino. Anthony Michael Bonadonna. Ksenia Berkova. James Russell Burns. Tyler Christopher Bushin. Stephen Anthony Bossa. Molly S. Byrne. Salvatore William Piccolo. Olivia Paige Calabretta. Haley May Cavadora. Gabriella M. Caparelli. Caitlin Ann Carjula. Jacqueline Adriana Carini. Jamie Lynn Carlson. Jay Edward Carbonella. Kayla Ann Casey. Craig Thomas Cassidy. Annie Frances Chambers. Eric Chan. Lena Rose Christensen. Kyle Joseph Sonata. Stephen Dominic Chiparula. Jack Anthony Civitano. Lily Giannina Colonna. Giovanna Angelina Compitella. William Charles Conroy. Thomas Benjamin Kamza. Nicholas Joseph Crestadora. Edith Lissa Cruz. Joseph Robert Cusimano. Alexander Joseph Van Amsted. Christina Marie Diakilli. Olivia Grace DeAndrea. Joseph Anthony D'Angelo. Joseph Antonio Devonza.
James Francis Davis. Taylor Elizabeth Davies. Caitlin Elizabeth Dean. Emily Rose DeAngelis. Ryan John DeClue.
Travis, you're too funny.
Carly Jordan Dakota. Colin Michael Delaney. Victoria Irene Delgado. Jack Ryan Delapizzi. Chelsea Lynn DeMailly. Sophia Veronica DeMeo. Carissa Lynn Dempsey. Jack Denning. Alexander Roy DeVries. Julia Teresa De Benedetto. Michael Anthony DiBernardo. Nicholas Philip DeMeo. Joseph Salvatore DePaulo. Callie Jean Disbrow. Deanna Nicole Dixon. Leah Rose Donaldson. Alyssa Nicole Donnelly. Luke Colin Donahue. Mallory Paige Dorr. Connor Garrett Duffy. Dylan John Espinola. Joseph Frank Faust. Julie Marie Ferrara. Logan Allison Figueroa. Giovanna Cecilia Folletti. Declan James Boyd. Christopher Gerard Fraze. Jordan Nicholas Freelander. Sean Michael Gabriel. Emma Catherine Gaffney. Kaylee Cecilia Gagliardi. Dylan Robert Gagliardo. Jacqueline Ann Gambuza. Gianna Marie Garelli. Matthew Daniel Gasman. Charlotte Olivia G. James John Gitzinger. Ariel Isabella Glass. Jennifer Lynn Glass. Maximilian Patrick Gorzelny. Rosaria Graziano. Ashley Rose Green. Lauren Elizabeth Griezmann. Hope Gustafson. Brooke Lynn Haley. William Charles Ham. Timothy Gillen Hanschel. Emily Shannon Hayden. Justin Todd Held. Sabrina Marie Henry. Mason Matthew J. Huser. Emma Michelle Jake Thomas Poulin. Madison Lynn Horan. Royce Edward Houghton. Lauren Elizabeth Hughes. Lucas Anthony Iacona. Oswald R. Igram. Caitlin Veronica Iskra. Samantha Eva Ismail. Thomas George Iwasek. Katrina Michelle Jablonski. Alyssa Marie Jansons. Robert Anthony Jensen. Corinne Eileen Johnson. Alyssa Sue Ketchatanowicz. Ashley Marie Ketchatanowicz. Kelly Marie Karpinski. Joseph Thomas Keene. Tyler Joseph Kennedy. Matthew James Kessler. Michael James Kenneth. Kevin Paul Kolhoff. Victoria Kanoka. Juliana Rosalia Katarski. Matthew Hino Kramer. Christina Marie Wyetta. Jagger Christian Langmore. Jake Eric Lasarina. Dylan Michael Latargia. Aiden Roy Latham. Cassandra Shea Lazaro. Michael James Lella. Valentina Sophia Leone. Victoria Salome Leone. Anna Letieri. Cameron Garrett Ugallis. Thomas Lynn. Nicholas Charles Lipari. Christian Antonio Liriani. Nolan Charles Locke. Jack William Lutera. Justin Lopez. Yanira Lopez. Kelsey Lynn Hospitalier. Conrad Gregory Machaney. Isabel Lee McGee. Maya Maharaj. Danielle Glass Muima. Jackman Philip Mancini. Matthew Joseph Mantinelli. Sarantos John Montagas. Ava Grace Maresca. Cole Joseph Mariano. Joseph J. Marino. Olivia Morgan Marker. Gianna Lucy Mastraka. Marcello Charles Mastraka. Tristan Faustino McCann. Emma Morel McCormack. Emma Rose McDonald. Jacqueline Paige McDonald. Nicholas Joseph McElwain. Brendan Patrick McMahon. Aiden Carl McNally. Samantha Alexis Medina. Ariana Laura Messina. Joseph Matthew Messina. James Joseph Metzger. Alec Joseph Miller. Peyton Margaret Miller. Zachary Paul Miller. Gabriel Francis Millay. Francesca J. Malone. Grace Meredith Midia. Thomas James Moore. Aiden Charles Muller. Robert Thomas Murray. Connor James Mushorn. Emma Patricia Musiel. Valerie Paige Nash. Rosemary Angelina Nesta. Vincent Timothy Nauheimer. Kirsten Marie Neisen. Ryan James Navarro. Taylor Eve Nutter. James Michael O'Day. Danae Jean Oliveri. Stephanie Rose Oliveri. Anthony John Onita. Julia Rose O'Sullivan. Carla Delay Pache Espinal. Dylan Matthew Paladino. Leah Faith Harris Condola. Max Alexander Paravade. Christina Pascarella. Brooke Colette Patricola. Alexandria Ray Patton. Christopher Michael Paulson. Jake Stan Kowalski. Mark Peter Haraway. Jackson Sailor Carlo Pesa. Joseph Sebastian Pike. Miranda Daly Phillips. Christopher Brett Pulaski. Paul Vincent Pelletieri. Rosetta Natalie Pineda. Joseph William Pirapada. Michael Anthony Piscola.
Michael Henry Raven. Anthony Peter Modesto. Olivia Cadence Renke. Christian Peter Rivers. Sarah Mia Brand. Sienna Danielle Randazzo. Frank Riga. John David Riker. Matthew Thomas Rensler. Jackson Patrick Reardon. Sarah Eloise Ravelli. Darian Jason Rivera. Jake Robert Rivera. Lana May Robles. Alexander Paul Romeo. Brandon Paul Ronginello. Jacqueline Brooke Rufo. Rose DeVoe. Lucas James Ryan. Matthew John Samuel. Alana Hope Santiago. Kayla Marie Sowers. Nicholas Vincent Scarmazino. Schmidt. Justin Lewis Schneider. Charles Seamus Shannon. Brendan Ted Shook. Zachary William Sayaga. Morgan Elizabeth Slater. Jamie Ryan Smith. Jesse Francis Smith. McKenna Linda Smith. Timothy Christopher Smith. Michael Thomas Sokol. Kayla Arlene Sullivan. Ryan Michael Soto. Athena Aphrodite Sources. Megan Grace Spence. Zachary Donato Spencer. Christina Marie Spinelli. Jack Lewis Stepkowski. Thomas Donald Tahaney. Hadir Ali Awan Tayyib. Matthew Alexander Toronto. Erin Marie Baxter. Shannon Elizabeth Thompson. Agostino Joseph Trainer. Emily May Vale. Natalia Conchetta Valenti. Salvador Antonio Valero. Lorenza Grace Masala. Connor Michael Rolando. Joseph Anthony Littlaro. Aaron Sky Kowski. Jake Boyd Bolivar. Matthew Wagner. Emily Rose Walker. Sean James Wallace. Nina Lee Westervelt. Michael Thomas Weston. Kate Elizabeth Whalen. Matthew Morgan Widows. Stephen Raymond Woodbury. John Severio Wolf. Michael A. Voss. Brittany J. Zaccaria. Emma Ray Zakowski.
Let's give them a hand again, please. The class of 2022. Also, please join me in wishing James O'Day. James is going to the military. Give him a hand, please. I'd like to introduce Caden Crew, the president of the class of 2022, for the tassel ceremony.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow classmates. As all of you probably know, I'm Katie Kerr, class president. It has been an honor and a privilege getting to be president of this graduating class for the past 4 years. And it is genuinely crazy to think how fast this 4 years has gone by. When I think back to our freshman year, it's kind of amazing how much we've all grown. In many ways, we're all the same people that we were all those years ago. But we've all learned so much throughout high school and seen so many changes. A kid who entered high school would have been absolutely terrified right now giving this speech. But now I'm able to speak to you all with confidence. This 4-year journey that we've all been on has taught us many lessons. But the one that sticks out to me the most is that everything that happens in life can be used as a learning opportunity. Whether big or small, we can take these moments and learn from them. High school itself has been the greatest learning experience of them all. I don't think it's going to shock anyone when I say that high school is just one big lesson. I mean, that's kind of the point of high school, you go there to learn. But it is so much more than just a place where you go to learn basic subjects like math and science. High school and our entire schooling careers teach life lessons too. We've been introduced to new people, we faced many challenges, and we have been confronted with numerous perspectives that have forced us to grow as people. A lot of this growth can be attributed to the many people we've met along the way. While our friends and classmates have had an obvious impact on us, our teachers and parents have also contributed so much to our growth. I've had many teachers who have taught me so much more than just what their class is meant to teach. I've learned valuable lessons in each and every class I've taken, and they will stick with me for the rest of my life. Of course, the school experience has not been perfect for any of us. Each and every person here has faced their own challenges, whether some that are massive and world-shattering, such as COVID, or the more personal problems, like a loss in the family. As horrible as these problems may have seemed in the moment, they all helped us to grow as people. And in the future, we're going to be faced with many more of these challenges. But being able to face them and come out better for it is an essential skill. A skill that we've all managed to develop thanks to the many challenges we've met throughout our high school careers. But the friends we've made and the people who have helped us along the way are also an incredible part of the schooling experience. I've been able to form many powerful bonds in this very high school and made many great friends. While a lot of us may have found the classes too boring before, each of these classes has taught us something. We exited these classes better having taken them. Even when we really struggled with a class, we persevered and didn't just give up. That was my experience with my Italian class, where I was struggling immensely. I really wanted to drop it, but I decided to stick with it through the 2-year course of IB Italian this year and managed to pass, even if I did have to resort to using Google Translate a couple times. I think if there's one thing that you are going to take away from this speech, it's that you shouldn't just quit something because it's hard. If you keep making the easy choices in life, you're never going to grow, you're never going to learn. Life is going to be hard. We are all going to face numerous obstacles in the coming years, but we cannot just run from them. We need to face them head on. You can't prevent yourself from facing problems in life, but you can control what you make of that struggle. It will help us to grow and become better people. Not only that, but it'll allow us to appreciate the good times even more. When you've struggled in life and faced challenges, you learn to appreciate all the good things you have. But it's safe to say that a lot of us have taken many things for granted in the past. It's not your fault, it's human nature. When you have something, you're not going to realize how valuable it truly is until it's gone. Take our youth, for example. As we grow and graduate and the time passes, it's easy to look back and realize how great being a child was. But back then, I guarantee none of us even had a second thought about growing up. In fact, I bet many of us wanted to grow up, thinking it would give us power or freedom. But, as the greatest mind of our generation put it, if you have the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate the moment until it's past. Time is fleeting, and so many of us do not appreciate the moment until it has passed us by. So I implore you all to make the most of these coming years. Use the valuable lessons that we have all learned from our time here in West Islip to become better versions of ourselves and make our futures as bright as possible. And most importantly, savor every moment. You all deserve it. Thank you, and shout out to Big Chief. And now I will be leading us in the tassel ceremony. You can move your tassel from right to left.
Thank you very much. It was a great evening. Give them a hand again, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Have a good evening.